This message is for MIKAYLA, NOGUEIRA, and POV. Where are our orders? Where are they at? Because it's crazy that all of the big influencers that have posted their reviews received the free product, but the customers that actually paid, our products are sitting in New Jersey with the shipping label that has been created, but there is no update. Like, MIKAYLA, you need to make an update. You need to say where these people's orders are, because I'm never ordering from you again, ever.
Guys, MIKAYLA NOGUEIRA's newest launch has sent the beauty community into a full-blown spiral. And honestly, nobody can agree on what's actually happening. What should have been a simple lip release has somehow turned into one of her most chaotic moments in months, and the reactions online are the definition of split. Some people are convinced she oversold the formula and made it look way smoother on camera than it really is, while others swear the internet is blowing a tiny issue into a dramatic scandal. But the real spark that ignited everything? She deleted the promo video. Not hidden, not archived, just completely wiped from her page. And the second that happened, everything exploded. Comment sections turned into non-stop debates. Creators began zooming in on every tiny detail, and viewers started comparing their own results to what MIKAYLA showed in the original demo. Suddenly, the entire focus shifted, from the product itself to what was missing from her page. So buckle up, because we're diving into every layer of this situation. The claims she made, the backlash that hit immediately, and the exact moment this launch went from exciting new drop to one of the most heated beauty debates we've seen in a long time.
I'm never buying one of these lip liners ever again. This is just trash. I'm so over all of these influencers that don't deserve a platform. Is it creamy? Sure, but it smudges everywhere.
Before this whole situation erupted across social media, POV Beauty was actually building a steady, positive reputation. When MIKAYLA launched the brand back in March, she didn't dive straight into makeup. She started with a lineup focused entirely on prep products. Moisturizers, priming balms, hydrating serums, everything meant to make your skin look and feel better before adding any color. Surprisingly, people responded really well to that approach. The early reviews for the lip balm especially caught attention because the product performed noticeably better than many expected from a brand new creator line. Positioning POV Beauty as a prep-first brand felt like a smart strategic move, but everything shifted once November hit. That's when she rolled out her first actual makeup products, the Amp Lip Kits. Each duo came with 2 items, the Contour Lip Liner and the Amp It Tinted Ampule. And they launched in 6 dessert-inspired combinations, like vanilla latte, plum cider, and toasted marshmallow. The aesthetic was soft, cozy, and very much in line with MIKAYLA's branding, which made the collection look instantly familiar and polished. The issue wasn't the shades or the packaging. It was the way the formula was described. In nearly every promo, MIKAYLA highlighted one feature above everything else: buildable. She repeated it again and again. She also emphasized that the product wouldn't get thick, stringy, sticky, or gummy, no matter how many layers you applied. Those claims became the foundation of the entire marketing push. Then came the price. The original $42 cost stopped a lot of people in their tracks, because POV Beauty is still brand new. Dropping it to $34 softened things a bit, but the expectations stayed the same. If you're paying a premium price for a creator brand, the performance needs to match the promise, especially when the claims are that bold.
I'm not gonna lie, it feels a little sticky, but like literally no string. I really like the corners of my mouth. It just doesn't look like it blends well. And the corners of my mouth, this is criminal. I literally have just been talking and it's just
Once customers finally got their Amp lip kits and started sharing first impressions online, that's when the situation really took off. And not in the way MIKAYLA expected. Almost instantly, reviews started popping up showing results that looked nothing like her promo clips. Instead of the smooth, glossy finish she demonstrated, a lot of buyers were seeing long, stretchy strings of product pulling between their lips. Others complained about the formula clumping, going on patchy, or breaking down the second they tried to blend it out. But here's where things got messy. Not everyone had the same experience. A sizable group of creators posted videos saying the formula worked perfectly fine for them. No stringiness, no tackiness, no weird texture. Their glossy finish looked completely normal, which immediately sparked a new round of arguments. Was it application technique? Lip prep? Natural lip texture? Or something deeper, like inconsistencies between batches? One creator did a full stress test, applying the gloss in layers to see how far she could push it. Her breakdown looked like this. Layer 1, smooth. Layer 2, still manageable. Layer 3, noticeably tackier. Layer 6, total breakdown in stringiness. Her point was basically that any gloss will start acting up if you keep piling it on. But critics pushed back fast, pointing out that MIKAYLA stacked multiple fit coats in her promo without a single issue. If she can build it up flawlessly on camera, why are customers seeing completely different results? And that's the core of this entire argument. Everyone is having wildly different experiences, and no one can agree on which version is accurate. The one MIKAYLA demonstrated, or the one most customers are showing online.
Does feel a little bit sticky and tacky to me. She also said that you can build these up, so I'm gonna take another small amount and do a second layer. And then I'm gonna do it again, another little tiny amount. Okay, the more that I talk, the stringier it gets.
At the center of this entire controversy is the one word MIKAYLA pushed harder than anything else: buildable. It wasn't just a detail mentioned once, it was the selling point of the AMP lip kits. In her promo video, she layered coat after coat, showing the color intensifying while the texture stayed smooth. That moment became the visual promise behind the whole launch, and even the name Amp It reinforces the idea of adding more. This wasn't just influencer hype either. The POV Beauty website doubled down on the same technique, encouraging users to define their lips with the liner and then build the ampule on top to enhance the look. So customers weren't experimenting or misusing the product, they were following the exact steps they were told to follow. That's why so many buyers felt blindsided. People applied a second thin layer. Not 5, not 6, just one more, and immediately saw issues like sticking, clumping, breaking down, or those stringy threads the internet keeps talking about. They weren't trying to overload the product, they were simply recreating what MIKAYLA showed. Meanwhile, supporters had a very different interpretation. Some insisted the gloss performs best when used lightly, and that most gloss formulas get weird when you stack too many coats. One creator even defended it outright, saying, "Mine isn't sticky at all. I'd tell you if it was." And that's why the debate is so intense. Both sides think they're right because they're each following their own version of the instructions. One group treated buildable as the main feature because that's how it was marketed. The other treated light layers only as common gloss logic. Two different perspectives, one product, and neither side is backing down.
What's happening is there's a screenshot of just my lips wearing the lightest shade, which literally looks like peanut butter. And people are like saying, oh, look, he's promoting that. I'm not promoting it. I literally said, I'm begging you, please skip it. I
Vanilla latte with a dash of cinnamon. If you're my lip color, I'm begging you, please skip this.
said the red, I'm going to skip it. There was a lighter pink shade, which I said, it's too light. I need a lot for my lips. Please skip it. I kept saying, skip it. I'm skipping it in the video multiple times. The one shade that I did really like is the toasted marshmallow. I think that looks pretty. I will use it. Will I wear it every single day? No. I have my favorites from before.
This was the turning point. The exact moment the situation went from a messy launch to what is actually happening right now? Completely out of nowhere, MIKAYLA deleted the original promo video. Not muted, not archived for later, fully removed from her page. The same video where she applied multiple coats effortlessly and emphasized that the formula wouldn't get stringy, sticky, or thick. And the internet caught it immediately. Creators reviewing the product suddenly realized the reference video they kept pointing to had disappeared. Comment sections overflowed with people asking, why remove the one clip everyone is analyzing? For many viewers, the timing felt suspicious. And instead of calming the backlash, the deletion made everything feel 10 times worse. Instead of addressing concerns, posting a follow-up demo, or even offering a quick explanation, that video simply vanished. To a lot of people, it didn't read like transparency. It read like quietly removing the one piece of evidence that didn't line up with customer experiences. And because MIKAYLA has been through a major product-related controversy before, Lashgate, the déjà vu hit hard. That situation was dissected frame by frame, and the memory still hasn't fully faded for longtime viewers. So when another promo video suddenly disappeared, all that old mistrust resurfaced instantly. The deletion didn't just take away a promo clip, it reopened an old wound, and it made the community question her honesty all over again.
I'm just going to use a tiny like thumbtack size here because a lot of people have been overusing it and it's been getting really stringy. So I'm just using the tiniest amount to coat my lips. So here's what the lip gloss looks like. As you saw, I only used a very thin amount and I'm already getting really stringy.
Across almost every review so far, one thing is becoming crystal clear. The lip liners are the real standout of this entire launch. Even creators who didn't love the gloss still praised the contoured liners for being smooth, pigmented, and surprisingly long-lasting. They're the one part of the collection getting near universal approval. But the Ampit ampules? That's where the divide gets sharp. Even reviewers trying to stay neutral echoed the same warning. This works, but only if you keep it to one thin layer. The moment anyone tries to follow the buildable instructions and add a second coat, exactly the technique MIKAYLA demonstrated, the problems begin. That's when people report the product stretching into strings, clumping around the center of the lips, or turning gummy the second they talk or move their mouth. And for a lot of buyers, it's hard to accept the idea of a buildable gloss when it can't actually be built. To be completely fair, there are customers who love the formula and swear they've had none of these issues. Glosses can behave differently depending on lip prep, dryness, climate, humidity, and even how much someone talks while wearing them. So it makes sense that reviews are all over the place. But when so many people, across different skin types, reviewers, and platforms, describe the same exact problems, the conversation naturally shifts away from user error and towards something more serious: consistency. And then there's the price. Even people who liked the ampule admitted they've used glosses with similar performance for much cheaper. At $34, dropped down from an already steep $42, people expect flawless performance or at least consistency between customers. When those expectations aren't met, frustration hits harder and spreads faster. That's why the backlash feels so widespread. It's not just about sticky gloss. It's about a premium price, bold claims, and a formula that isn't living up to what was promised for a large portion of users.
This isn't there. I don't want it to look like this. I'm gonna add more product, like people say, and then they're like, oh, you can't complain when you add more product and it gets clumpy. No, because do I want it to look like empty lips and then I have a buttload of lip liner on? No, nobody wants that.
What makes this controversy feel heavier than a typical product flop is the person at the center of it. MIKAYLA didn't rise to fame by being polished or mysterious. She built her audience by being blunt, honest, and unapologetically herself. People trusted her because she always seemed willing to call out bad products and give genuine opinions no matter the brand. That authenticity was her entire identity. So when her own product doesn't behave the way she promised, the disappointment hits deeper than just the gloss didn't work. For many longtime followers, it feels like a crack in the trust they've had in her for years. The biggest lingering question in the beauty community right now is simple. If her own formula doesn't match the flawless demo she posted, what does that say about the reviews she gives other companies? No one is accusing her of purposely releasing something bad. Gloss formulas are notoriously finicky and can react differently depending on climate, prep routine, and natural lip texture. But when so many people experience the same problems, stringiness, patchiness, trouble building the product, it starts to look less like bad luck and more like a consistency issue. And this controversy isn't just about the product, it's about expectations. When a creator markets a gloss as smooth, reliable, and layer-friendly, customers expect the advertised results on their own lips. When that doesn't happen, trust erodes, and frustration snowballs quickly. Launching a beauty brand is incredibly challenging, especially for glosses, which are one of the hardest products to get right across all skin types and environments. But MIKAYLA's brand has an added layer of pressure. It's built on honesty. That makes any inconsistency in performance feel bigger, more personal, and harder for fans to ignore. And that's why this situation has struck such a nerve. For many followers, it's not just about a disappointing gloss. It's about questioning whether the influencer they've supported for years is still the same person they believed in.
I totally understand the complaints that people are having, specifically with the deeper formulas. It's hard to get a really even look because what happens is you have the lip liner, which is actually darker than the ampule. And in order to try to get this to match the lip liner, you have to apply a lot of this, which ends up making it patchy.
So where does everything actually stand now? Honestly, the beauty community is completely split down the middle. Some people say the gloss works beautifully as long as you keep the application extremely light. Others say they haven't experienced a single issue and don't understand why there's so much drama. But then there's a huge group who feel misled. And based on how strongly the word buildable was pushed, it's not hard to see why disappointment is so widespread. What's fueling the backlash even more is MIKAYLA's silence. Removing the promo video without giving any explanation, tutorial, or clarification feels like a major missed opportunity. If the problem came down to technique, she could have easily posted a quick demonstration. If people were layering too much, she could have walked through her exact method. Instead, the one video everyone was discussing disappeared, and that silence only intensified the skepticism. To be fair, gloss formulas are tricky. They can change dramatically depending on weather, lip prep, humidity, and even how much someone talks throughout the day. That's why some people genuinely love the product, while others can't get it to work at all. It doesn't mean the brand is doomed. Clearly, some customers are having great results, but it does suggest the formula could benefit from refinement, tighter quality control, or clearer instructions to avoid the kind of backlash we're seeing now. If you're considering buying the kits, the safest move is to wait it out. Watch more reviews, compare different creators' experiences, and see whether MIKAYLA eventually addresses the situation directly. $34 is a big investment for a gloss that performs perfectly for some and falls apart instantly for others.